Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Rijali and I want to talk about 8 basic teaching skills. The first one is skills for opening and closing lesson. Opening the lesson. Opening the lesson or set conduction induction is the teacher's effort in the learning process to create a presentation for students so that mental and attention are focused on what we will be learned and select conditioning students before the teacher starts learning, and the effort is expected to have a positive effect on learning activities. Example: Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students. How are you today? Nice to meet you. Before we start the lesson, let's say basmalah together. Closing the lesson. Closing the lesson or closure is an activity carried out by the teacher to end the learning process. Teachers are prohibited from ending a lesson suddenly. Closing must be considered as well as possible to fit the teacher needs to plan a good closing and not rush. Don't forget to also include prayer. Example: I think that is for today. Let's say hamdalah together and thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The second skills is classroom management skill. Classroom management skill is the teacher's skills to create and maintain optimal learning conditions and restore them in the event of disruption in teaching and learning. In other words, activities to create and mention optimal condition for the occurrence of the learning process. For example, when students speak on their own in the class, teacher try to refocus students' attention to the teacher. Example: okay, students, look at the whiteboard. Don't talk to each other. The third skills is explaining skills. The skills to explaining is the presentation of information orally, which is organized systematically to show the existence of a relationship with one another. The importance of mastering explaining skill for teachers is that is mastery enables the teacher increase the activities effectiveness of their use of time and presentation of explanation, stimulate students level of understanding, help students broaden their knowledge horizons, and overcome the scarcity of books as a learning resource. Activities explained in the learning activities aim to help students understand various concepts, laws, procedures, and so on objectively. Get students to understand questions, encourage students' involvement, give students the opportunity to experience the reasoning process, and get feedback on students' understanding. Example: okay, students, we will learn about today we will learn about present tense. So what is present tense? Present tense is a tense expressing an action that is currently going on or habitually performs, or a state that currently or generally exists. The fourth skills is questioning skills. In the teaching and learning process, asking question plays an important role because well-structured question and appropriate throwing techniques will have a positive impact on students. These questioning skills absolutely must be mastered by teacher, both beginner and professional teacher, because by asking questions, both teachers and students will get feedback from material and can also arouse the attention of students. Example, okay students, to make sure you understand the lesson today, I want to ask you some question. Okay, you, what is present tense? The fifth skills is vocational skills. Variation in teaching and learning activities is intended as a change in the teaching and learning interaction process. In this context, variation refers to the action and action of the teacher, intentional or spontaneous, which are intended to encourage and bind student attention during the learning process. The main purpose of variation in the learning activities is to reduce the sense of boring, which makes students no longer focus on the ongoing KBM process. For, the, for these reasons, teacher needs to do a variety of variations so the students' attention remains focused on the lesson. Example, the teacher can give emphasis or pressure to focus students' attention on an important or key aspects. Example, watch carefully. The sixth skill is skills for guiding small group discussion. Group discussion is an organized process that involves a group of people in an informal, face-to-face interaction with various experience or information, drawing conclusions or problem solving. Group discussion is a strategy that allows students to master a concept or solve a problem through a process that gives opportunities to think, interact socially, and practice being positive. Thus, group discussion can enhance students' creativity as well as foster communication skills, including language skill. Example, please sit down according to each of your groups, and each groups please makes 10 examples of present tense. The seventh skill is small group and individual teaching skill. Basically, this form of teaching is limited in number, which range from 3 to 5 people for small groups and 1 for individuals. Small group and individual teachings allow the teachers to pay attention to each student and the closer relation between teacher and students have. The component and principle of these skills are skill in a personal approach, organizing skills, guiding skill, and facilitating learning, skills for planning and implementing teaching and learning activities, skill in designing and implementing learning activities. Example, okay, I will divide you into 5 groups. Let's count from 1 to 5 from. And the last one is skills provide reinforcements. Reinforcements is any form of response, both verbal or and nonverbal, which is part of the modification of teacher behavior towards a student's behavior. I am at providing information or feedback for the recipient for their action as encouragement or correction. Strengthening is also a response to behavior that encourages the likelihood of the re- recurrence of the behavior. The example of, okay, good answer from Ahmad Rijali. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for my mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.